Hey there, it's Joseph, and welcome back to the channel on San Miguel de Allende Secrets. And today, we're going to talk about horses, and how they came to Mexico, and how they came to San Miguel, and everything you want to know about having happy trails. Again, there's always more information on the links below in the descriptive section, including a link to Amazon, in case you're interested in purchasing any of the books in the best-selling series, San Miguel de Allende Secrets. The horse was essential to the Spanish Inquisition and the occupation of Mexico. The horse was transportation, communications, wealth, and companionship all in one friendly fowl. The horse sailed over from Spain with the conquistadors, arriving in 1519 with Hernando Cortez's 16 horses with names like Bobtail and Morzillo. The trip here was difficult, taking 2 to 3 months, with the loss of horse flesh often at 50%. The ship's constant sway made standing difficult for horses, so as not to be thrown and suffer broken legs. Horses were suspended in hammocks stretched underneath their chests, and only their hind hoofs touched the floor. Here they remained day and night unless the boat ran low on drinkable water, in which case the horses were tossed overboard and introduced to sharks. Luckily, once in Mexico, the horses bred like bunnies and adapted to the native foliage, making crossing the pond unnecessary. The Spaniards did their best to keep the horses from the indigenous, realizing that horses were their best weapon in battle, both physically and psychologically. Originally, the Spanish laws prohibited an indigenous person from riding horses. However, as servants to the local Spanish, they took care of the livestock, thus learning horse handling skills and originating the term cowboy. Originally, horses were viewed only as a food source to the indigenous, but with time, indigenous tribes saw the advantages of horses for riding and farming. Today, about 80% of the land devoted to agriculture is so rugged that tractors are not practical, nor in many cases are they affordable. Residents of these areas scratch out a living by tilling the soil with horses, donkeys, and their own bare hands. For most modern horses involved in farming, life is difficult to say the least. Luckier horses meet up with New Jersey transplant Beth Kaisner. Beth operates the most integrated foreigner/indigenous enterprise I've come across. Foreigners contact Beth for a horse ride in the country. Beth then employs local cowboys and cowgirls to lead her groups on horseback through the countryside out by the pyramid. The countryside is gorgeous, as is Beth, and the meal indigenous women serve after the gallop. I constantly recommend Beth to my tour groups and take all my personal guests with her for a fun foray into the hinterlands. Beth also takes riders on overnight pilgrimages for special religious events throughout the year, a far cry from her days number crunching in Wall Street. Beth's complete turnaround is similar to St. Martin's. He was a Roman centurion that trotted upon a nude beggar and cut his cloak in half to give the poor man a covering. That night, Martin had a dream in which the beggar appeared to him as Jesus. So he quit the army and became a monk. He had to cut the cape in half because he was required to return to his military unit with his uniform, and God doesn't ask for more than you can do. St. Martin is now the patron saint of cowboys, and his November feast day is greeted with much fanfare and neighs. When St. Martin died, the remaining half of his cape that he kept was considered miraculous. A small church was built to house the cape, and the Italian word for cape became the origins for the word chapel. The popular amulet for St. Martin here is a horseshoe, though unlike the Irish custom of keeping the ends upright, St. Martin's horseshoes are hung with the ends pointing down to provide money or business luck. Happy trails! Again, feel free to like and subscribe, and you'll get notifications of new videos when they come out in the San Miguel de Allende Secrets.